Hello blooming bees, it's your girl Tia Mora and I'm back with another video for you guys. If this is your first time here, you are absolutely welcome. We cover all things hygiene, perfume, self-care, and lifestyle overall. If you are all about becoming the very best version of yourself, you are at the right place. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so every time I upload a video, you get notified. Today's video, as you've seen from the title, there's been so many new fragrance launches 2026. I'm talking about really beautiful launches this year. I feel like this year, I'm quite impressed. I'm gonna say this, when I started off 2026, I was like, I'm not gonna be chasing new launches. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna focus on all of the older fragrances that I've always wanted to add to my collection, yada, yada, yada. Truth be told, that's what I've been doing for the most part. Another thing I told myself was no blind buying this year. And have I broken that rule? I think so. I think I might have blind bought 2 fragrances. Sorry, I have a cold. But nonetheless, I'm going to be talking about 11 new fragrance launches from 2026 that have been added into my collection. This is more so like a haul that's already been opened up for the most part. So we're just going to happily talk through all of these, and I'm just gonna tell y'all, just briefly and quickly what they all smell like to me, and we move on. Okay, so I'm hoping this would be more so a shorter video, but I'm excited because child, there's so many new releases this year. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this video started. So the very first fragrance we're going to be talking about is Skylar's Pomegranate Princess. And this is not a fragrance that I ever thought would be getting into my collection, to be very frank with you. See here, it literally says clean beauty. And whenever fragrances say clean beauty, I run away the other direction because, child, that is not me. I'm not looking for no clean fragrance. I'm personally looking for the longest lasting fragrance, beast mode, give me crazy sillage. I want everybody to smell me type of fragrances, right? It smells like your typical pomegranate smoothie mixed with a slight bit of a milkshake, mainly because it comes off a little bit more creamy than just like regular smoothie does. But this is a gourmandy pomegranate. Pomegranate usually is tart. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is 100% tart. It is not. There's like a slight bit of tartness that still exists because at the end of the day it's pomegranate, but they did an exceptional job at making this just overall sweet, creamy, and enjoyable. And I feel like this is a year-round fragrance. Can't get enough, so I had to add her to my collection. So next fragrance, this one I actually received in PR. I think this is the only one that I got in PR here. This is Noise Rinse Cycle. I'm so confused as to how I like this fragrance, but I genuinely love it and so much. This pretty much smells like guava scented dryer sheets. It's the best way I can explain this to you. Clean fragrances are not my scent profile of preference, right? But I don't know if it's a thing of age or whatever. I'm beginning to notice that I actually have a good number of clean fragrances in my collection that I enjoy. Sometimes I don't want to smell like a lot because I'm telling y'all, 95% of the time I smell like a lot because that's what I like. But this smells very clean. It smells like dryer sheets, literally, but guava scented dryer sheets, and it's just so enjoyable. So that's Rinse Cycle by Noise. So next up we have Wave of Freedom by Jusbox. You all already know that Karaoke Heart is literally me in a bottle. That is top 10 of my absolute favorite fragrances in my life. And that fragrance got me to get so hooked onto Jusbox that I absolutely love the brand. Anywho, this is Jusbox Wave of Freedom, and this is your typical pina colada fragrance. No, it does not smell like sunscreen, not even at the slightest. There's no hint of sunscreen in this fragrance at all. I remember the first time I got to smell this, somebody had a sample, and I was able to smell it, and I said, child, I need this. At the time, this had not even launched in America yet, but I was like, I'm so ready. So the minute it came out on Jusbox website, I ordered it. Because what? This smells so good. And I love the name Wave of Freedom because it literally smells wavy and at the same time it smells very free. But to me, this is a pina colada fragrance that's sticky-ish in the base when it dries down that I absolutely enjoy. I know it has a patchouli note, but don't let that scare you off. I think the patchouli definitely does help to ground the fragrance though, but I don't think it's the star of the show. But who is the star of the show? The pear note. You have a super, super juicy, crispy, watery pear. Okay, and I feel like that's what thrives the most in this fragrance. It lasts throughout the longevity of the fragrance on my skin. When I tell y'all, if you like a pear note, you need this fragrance in your life. It is so beautiful, y'all. It's so perfect for the summertime. Every time I smell it, I just think of like being by the water. I don't care if it's a pool, it's a beach, whatever. It gives vacation. It gives, I'm about to have a good time and I don't want to be worried about nothing. My mind is free. That's what this fragrance smells like. It's so beautiful. It's a juicy delight. Pineapple, coconut, pear, amber, patchouli. What else is in here? I don't know. But I just know that this fragrance smells absolutely divine and there was no way it was not going to get added to my collection. This fragrance was my second blind buy, or I should say my first blind buy, and Cavatina was my second. This is Tempo di Acqua by Casamorati. Casamorati is a Xerjoff brand, and when I saw the bottle, I was like, I don't even want to know what you smell like, child. I do not want to know what you smell. I just want you. Okay. And to be very fair, I'm actually really happy that, I like it. Usually I tell y'all all the time, peach to me can smell very artificial very often and very quickly. This doesn't smell artificial at all. Instead, it feels warm. And it's funny, but like, I feel like I would like to wear this like around golden hour in the evening, during the summertime. I feel like this will be really amazing in the fall and the winter because of that warmth that it has. But it's not too warm in a way where you can't wear it during the summertime. You can absolutely enjoy this spring and summer. It's sweet, but not gourmandy. Another reason why I also really enjoy this fragrance is because it has vanilla and myrrh in the base. And myrrh could be, it comes off balsamic and a little spicy but sweet at the same time. Sometimes it's not always sweet, but in this case, I think the myrrh is sweet, especially paired with the vanilla. And I enjoy it. So there's citruses in here, but not anything crazy where you say, oh, this is a citrusy fragrance. I wouldn't describe it as that. But I do think it opens up with a little bit of brightness to it. It smells warm, golden, and a little spicy, but really enjoyable. I like it. This is such a successful blind buy for my first blind buy of the year. Considering I don't care for peach like that, we have Pomegranate by Fugazzi. I want to tell y'all a little quick story. So the first time I smelled this, I went to Scents Eternal here in Dallas. In case you live in the Dallas DFW area, Scents Eternal is a niche fragrance storefront where I'm telling y'all, they have like fragrance houses that we don't typically find at Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom or any of the other big department stores. And you generally will have to blind buy online or try to find, decants and samples. Anyway, I digress. Back to this. Pomegranate Oud. I smelled it at Scents Eternal, and y'all, this was love at first sniff. Ciao. Let me tell you how I tried to convince myself for 2 weeks that I don't need this fragrance, but it ended up in my collection anyways, because what the freaking hell? This fragrance is so freaking good. It's so me. Y'all know I like the deep, sexy, mysterious type of scents. I say this all the time. That's my favorite scent profile. And make it perfection if you add some citrus in there. And even better, add some sweetness in there. And then that's me all in one, right? But this right here is such a beautiful use of pomegranate. The juiciness of the pomegranate in here, and I don't think there's just pomegranate in here. There's other red fruits in here too. There's patchouli, y'all. I love patchouli. I think I'm getting to the point where I have to admit that patchouli is actually one of my favorite fragrance notes, which is funny because people don't really rock a patchouli like that. But I love patchouli so much. Like, it's just, I don't know how to explain what it does to fragrances, but it really does it for me every time. It does it for me. And in here, the use of patchouli is just so enjoyable. And then there's oud in here. Of course, there's vanilla. I want to believe there's amber as well. I'm obsessed with this. Just imagine a very juicy red fruit oud fragrance. But the beautiful thing about this is that you can wear this oud throughout the year. It doesn't have to just be fall or winter because it says oud. This is a very year-round oud. Okay? You can wear it every and anywhere. I'm talking if you go on vacations. But my thing is, like, for something like this, I'll prefer to wear it at nighttime. I just think it's like so sexy and like I want to wear this and like pass by people in the nighttime. Like I'm going, let's say I'm at a party and I'm walking to my table. I just want to, and people smell this. Yes, ma'am. I feel like there's no freaking way you're not gonna turn and try to be like, who is that? Like, imagine how people are just like on their phones, you know, doing parties or events or whatever, and I walk past and they're like, who is that? Yeah, I feel like this fragrance will do that for me. 1000%, because whoa. But keep in mind, it's oud, it's red fruits, it's patchouli. Like, the patchouli is pretty obvious here. The oud is there, but in my opinion, it's not like an annoying oud. I want to say mid-level oud. It's not like the in your face oud at all. Like, I think if you're struggling with oud, you might actually find that you might possibly like this fragrance, because it's not your barnyard, dusty, dirty type of oud. Not that at all, but this smells so freaking beautiful. So next up, this is one that I have been anticipating for over a year. My favorite ex Nihilo bottles are these dark blue bottles. I feel like they are the best performing on my skin. They have the best scent profiles as well. I also like the brown ombre bottles, but these, my heart and more. Anywho, once I saw that this fragrance launched, I said, Lust in Paradise, child, you're gonna be leaving because I'm gonna need money to buy Lust in Paradise EXTRAIT. Because ideally, if I'm buying any of them and they come in an EXTRAIT, I just get the EXTRAIT. I never really get the EDPs because it's a waste of my time, because I'm eventually gonna sell you when they have an EXTRAIT version. Because we've said this before, I like the strong, overpowering, serious sillage type of fragrances. And this is that exactly. It's a rose fragrance that has black currant, it has ginger, pink pepper. Just imagine all of that sexiness. Like a burst of juicy, bright sexiness. I think it also has rosifolia in here, which rosifolia is such a pretty rose, like a soft, pretty, like dainty, girly type rose. A very sexy grown woman in a bottle. That's the best way I can explain it. We have a fragrance from Chanceux Parfum, the king of gourmand. That's what he calls himself, and I think I can quite literally agree. If you like the bakery gourmand type of fragrances, this is a fragrance house that you absolutely want to try out. Now, I will say though, lately I've noticed a lot of his fragrances have been archived, and I think the new direction he's going into is more so florals. And I just want to say, I think he does an exceptional job at that as well. Y'all already know Cleo is my absolute favorite fragrance from his house. I've smelled all of his newer launches as well, and I still think Cleo is my #1. She's not getting dethroned anytime soon, I guess. Come find me. What does this smell like? Let's go ahead and spray this one. I find that a lot of people like this particular fragrance. I hear so many good things about it. So this is a fruity floral musk. So it has pear, like a very juicy pear. In my opinion, it gives like a syrupy type of pear, but then it has white florals in it, and it also has skin musk, right? So it's very floral, musky, and so juicy all in one. I think this summertime, people are going to rock this fragrance like no man's business, and I can understand why a lot of people keep raving about this one in particular. It's done so beautifully. I lied to y'all. I've blind bought 3 fragrances this year. The second fragrance I actually blind bought this year was Fev Nectar by Plasterey Rêverie. I did mention to you guys, I think sometime, I don't remember what video or at some point, that I was gonna do a rundown on this entire house, because they have 3 fragrances and I like to come talk to you guys about it. This is a French fragrance house, and it's not exactly sold in a lot of places in America. I think there's only 2 places that I know that sell it, and they're both online. And one is HDYS, but if you're in Florida, you can go to the HDYS storefront. If you're not, and you want to shop this online, here you can use my coupon code to get some coins off of this fragrance. But also they sell, I believe, 5 ml samples of this, so you should be able to get it. Nonetheless, all I saw was chocolate, and I said, I don't want to see any of the other notes. I want it. Okay, so that got me to, pre-order this, and I think I had to wait a little while for it to get into America. And I'm so happy that this is in my collection right now, and I don't regret it for a second. Let me tell y'all what happened the first time that I sprayed this fragrance though. When I sprayed it directly on skin. I was like, did I spray on skin or on paper? I think I sprayed on paper, and then afterwards I was like, no, let me spray it on skin too, right? Initially when I sprayed, I was like, I don't really get a lot of chocolate going on here, but I smell a good amount of vanilla and orange blossom, right? And I was like, oh, this is like a bright and sweet vanilla and orange blossom scent. And that's all I really could take out of it. But when it sat on my skin, ooh, I started getting so excited. It started getting richer. And the sillage on this is actually mad crazy, okay? I was unboxing a few stuff, right? So I sprayed it here, I sprayed something else here, here, and here, right? I started noticing that one of the 4 things was dominating everything else. And child, it was this one. It was this one. The cacao and the chocolate, the richness of the chocolate started pooling out on my skin. Imagine actually touching orange blossom, how like velvety it feels, right? That's kind of the vibe you get from this fragrance. A velvety, soft orange blossom with a hint of brightness from the citrus in here and sweetness from the vanilla. I think I've worn it 2 times so far, and both times I wore it, I got compliments. And on top of that too, I do want to say, if you're not really very much of a chocolate person, I really do want to encourage you to still give this a chance. I'll say this is more so a very soft, sweet, feminine, powdery, orange blossom type of scent, in my opinion. I don't know if powdery is the right word, but velvety. I feel like if you don't care for chocolate, you might still tolerate this one a whole lot, because this is more so like a floral than it is a chocolate fragrance, if that makes sense. If y'all try this out, let me know. And if you've already tried it out, please comment down below. What's your take on this fragrance? I think it is so unique and very different. I've never smelled anything like this before, and I love it so much in my collection. And I like Place de la Rêverie because all of their fragrances are super unique. I've never smelled anything like any of the 3 of them before. Next up, I've already kind of talked about this one. This is Creed's Wild Vetiver, y'all. This is literally happiness in a bottle, in my opinion. This is a citrus aromatic fragrance. My favorite thing about this fragrance actually is black currant. I'm just gonna keep saying this. I really like dark fruits. They just make things very sexy and va-va-voom. And while I wouldn't describe this fragrance as a sexy fragrance, I feel like there's a kick of like sexiness to it because of the pink pepper and black currant used in here, and rose as well. This is like an aromatic citrus rose fragrance that's really earthy. Love, 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 love. Like the citrus is all you smell in here for the most part. The earthiness in the base is very prominent, so you will get that without a doubt, okay? Especially once the fragrance starts to like dry down after a long period of time on your skin, the earthiness starts to thrive the most. But overall, I would say the brightness and citrusness of this fragrance actually lasts a really long time. Okay, initially when I smelled this fragrance, I remember thinking, oh, it's a freshie. I don't think it's gonna last that long. Child, I lie. This lasts a good amount of time on your skin. For a fresh citrusy fragrance, this packs a punch, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. Next fragrance is Sunset in Tamarindo by Chris Collins. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have talked about this in this video because I've already mentioned to you guys before, go get it, go get it, go get it during the Sephora Beauty Insider Sale, but I noticed I haven't talked about it after purchasing it. So I figured, let's talk about it today. My God. This fragrance is not even some type of revolutionary type of fragrance or something that's extraordinary. Not at all, okay? Not at all. It's very understandable. In my opinion, I feel like this is the easiest Chris Collins fragrance to understand. It's juicy, it's vibrant, it's tropical vacation in a bottle, summertime delight. What? I feel like the mango in here is so pulpy and juicy. It almost smells like sunshine. Like I actually get like a solar vibe in this fragrance, and I think it's because of the frangipani, because frangipani does that, right? But I feel like the mix of frangipani and the mango give it this very, very beautiful solar pulpy vibe. But what excites me the most in this fragrance is the mix of the citrus notes, the mango, and the papaya. I can't get enough of it. It's definitely a summertime banger. I feel like this is one that you can easily wear to go to like day parties, to go out in the summertime, to go to brunch, just have a great time. This will thrive so much in the sun, okay? I've worn it once so far, and when I tell you, once I stepped outside, some sunlight hit my system, you know, my pulse points started getting a little heated. The way this was just like, ooh, projecting off of my skin. I'm pretty sure everybody could smell me that day. Whether they wanted to admit it or not, they could smell me because it's just no way you could avoid me because of how good this performs in the sun. I like it and so much, but that's Sunset in Tamarindo by Chris Comp. This is a Xuxu by the House of Bo. Before we spray this one, I have a little story for y'all. This fragrance launched and they were advertising it as a macaron gourmand fragrance. It threw me off. I'm like, the House of Bo that I know does not do true gourmands. Why is this like at the forefront of the, you know, campaign and all the ads and everything? What did they describe it as? Like a blackberry macaron, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, my eyes were rolling. And I'm like, I know that can't be true, but I'm going to wait it out, see what other people say after they purchase it. And then if everybody still says they like it, maybe I'm going to like it because the notes were speaking to me. My issue was I didn't want to get disappointed because I was jumping to run for it just because I thought I was going to get like a blackberry macaron dessert type fragrance. Ho and behold, I finally added it to my collection. But what did I do? I got me this little bottle. Do y'all see this? You don't see juice, right? Look at that. That's where my juice is at. Do y'all see that? Madness, literal madness. I can easily say this. Xuxu is top 5 of my favorite fragrance launches 2026, hands down. And the way this fragrance just smells so effortlessly beautiful. I'm telling y'all, I drank up this juice in a month. And I started panicking because I was like, ooh, this is not good. What am I about to do when this juice runs out, right? So of course I quickly went and I got myself a big bottle. This was the first House of Bo bottle that I got in a bigger bottle. And once I got this one, the madness started and I started getting all of my faves in bigger bottles as well. But I know House of Bo is not a fragrance house that everybody like understands upon first sniff, or even after like doing a full wear test and everything. Not everybody fully understands this house because in my opinion, they're truly ultra niche. They're not necessarily copying anybody. They make fragrances of their own. They take risk. And I just love how creative they are. Okay. This fragrance right here, the best way I can explain this to y'all is imagine you go to a bar for happy hour. You're dressed really cutesy and very girly. You're probably wearing like a nice pink dress. And you ask the bartender for a surprise. Just be like, see, I want champagne, but surprise me. And the bartender says, I got you, babes. So the bartender gives you champagne and then pour some blackberry puree in there, right? And then in addition to that, takes a chili pepper and rims the glass, right? And then adds the actual chili pepper on there to garnish it. Pushes it in front of you, right? And then gives you a little plate with some blackberry macarons on there and kind of like garnishes the plate as well with some rose petals, like pink rose petals, and pushes that in front of you as well. That's exactly what this fragrance smells like. So bubbly, effervescent, sweet. Think more like almost syrupy sweet, but that's why I say imagine blackberry puree. This smells so good, y'all. Everybody that hyped this fragrance up, they did it so much justice because this fragrance is so good, y'all. I'm very much, absolutely obsessed with this scent. It's just one that I can't get enough of. Like every day I have to come like just and walk away because of how good it smells. It's just so beautiful and it's so dainty and so girly and so sexy, elegant, soft, flirty, everything in one. It just smells so freaking beautiful, y'all. It's very juicy, it's rich. The blackberry just gives this fragrance a certain level of depth and richness, and then pair that with saffron, which saffron always makes fragrances smell so mature and sexy. This smells so mother freaking good, y'all. And I like the fact that the champagne adds like a flirty, vibrant vibe to it. And also there's a hint of citrus here too. But in addition to that, that chili pepper, it gets me. I feel like the way they put the chili pepper in this fragrance, job exceptionally well done, because the chili pepper kind of like creeps up on you. Every now and then you get that little hint of a spice and it's like, ooh, you. I love it. It just makes me so happy. Like every time I'm like smelling the fragrance, because this is a 1000% a non-linear fragrance. It takes you on a very fantastic and enjoyable journey. And every time I get that pop of the chili pepper, I'm like, I like this. This is fun. And I just really enjoy when fragrances give me such an experience. And I want to say House of Bo undeniably is one of my absolute favorite fragrance houses. Like, I understand House of Bo. I'm one of the people that this brand was created for, okay? Because I'm obsessed with non-linear fragrances, and I'm obsessed with fragrances that kind of unveil a story as you're smelling it. And as crazy as it sounds, House of Bo fragrances do exactly that. Cosmo was my absolute favorite for the longest until this baby showed up, and now I'm like, is it you or is it Cosmo? I don't know. We'll see. And I know House of Bo still has, I think, like 2 launches coming up this year, and I can't wait. I hope they don't disappoint me because so far they've been doing a fantastic job. And for the very last full bottle fragrance, which I don't have at the moment, but it's on its way to me. This fragrance is called 823 by the House of Iyrah. Y'all, this is a fragrance that I quite literally screamed when I first smelled it. I was literally crashing out. This fragrance is so mind-blowing to me because usually it's not the type of scent that I would think to go for, right? First, it has raspberry and it's musky, it's clean. It has a bunch of white florals. I mean, everything about this fragrance just says not really for Tia. Not because I don't like white florals, but I struggle with raspberry, and musky stuff are not what I usually would gravitate towards, even though I have a whole collection of musk fragrances. Do you guys want to see a video on all of my musky fragrances? Let me know and I'll gladly do one if y'all say so. That's another thing. The House of Iyrah does elevated gourmands, like Sea Symphony. They won't give you the typical bakery type of gourmands. Nah. You're gonna get an elevated, upscale type of version of a gourmand, in which, child, yes, please. Give me 20 of them. The inspiration behind this fragrance is from her birthday. So it's called 823 because 823 is her birthday, August 23rd. And last year she went to Monaco for her birthday, and just the feeling of being out there and everything, she felt like she needed to bottle all of that up. I feel like she captured the concept of Euro summer in a bottle so freaking well. And I fear 823 might become a lot of people's #1 from the brand now. I know it was between, you know, Nocturne and Symphony are the most I've heard. The day this fragrance launched, I literally made posts on like almost every Facebook group that I'm in, and I was ranting everywhere on social media. This paired with Scarlet Sands is a match made in mother freaking heaven. Undefeated. If you want to smell like the most luxurious woman, pair this fragrance with Scarlet Sands by Nihilo and come back and tell me what you think. A few people have tried this out already and come back to me and be like, girl, you knew what you were talking about. Please do it, y'all. Anywho, that's it for all of the full bottles that I have at the moment. I'm gonna do another haul video sometime soon of just newer fragrances that have been added to my collection that are not necessarily newer launches, okay? Because there's been a lot of madness going on. But if y'all remember what I told y'all last year, and I meant it, I am on a mission to make my collection the ideal fragrance library for myself, okay? So what I've been doing is selling and rebuying. One goes out, one comes in. So that way I'm curating my fragrance collection to my ideal fragrance collection. We've come to the very end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what new fragrance launches, you know, that are out there that I haven't mentioned in this video. Of course, I'm probably gonna come back and do another new fragrance launch because, child, the new fragrance launches are just crazy. But you know what? I'm very excited because I think this year they're really impressing me. Last year I was like, meh. I don't really think I added that much to my collection last year. This year, they're hitting it for me. They're doing a lot of amazing work for me, and I'm very excited. I think the brands are stepping back into their creativity bag, and it's doing it for me. Nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Don't forget to stay kind, stay beautiful, keep blooming, and like I always say, continue to be a source of light in this world, okay? I love you, Blooming Bees, so much, and I can't wait to see you in my very next video. Bye, babes.
I'm yeah. Baby, you my only one got it. Even in my down times, I can get you out of my mind, sorry. Hey, I done run 1,000 days.